Hey everyone, my name's Michelle. I'm going to talk to you today on how you can level up on life and think outside the Xbox. I'm not actually going to show you any Xbox games today, but each of the slides will have a gaming theme, and all of the games that you see are indie dev games. I think there's only a couple of them that are available in production. I'm going to talk to you about unicorns, about passionate geeks. I'm going to talk to you about weirdos and about dragons. The world has changed. You used to want sheeple to duplicate the work of those that came before, but now success comes from those who focus on doing things that only they can do, from those who value diversity, difference, and innovation. This is a session for the change makers, the nerds who like people. This is the session for you. The world has changed drastically from when we started the industrial age, when all you had to do was turn up for work and do the same old stuff, and you could take home your pay and keep doing that over and over and over again. But the world doesn't need robots anymore. The world needs ninjas. What you should be doing now is only those things that only you can do. Now is the time to bring forth the kind of crazy thoughts you used to think were impossible or too hard or outside the scope of your current workload. Now is the time for you to step up. Don't just think outside the Xbox, but climb on top of the box. Do more, be more than you've ever been before. This is Cogs by Raze. This is the ludicrous version of the game. He's a WA games designer, and this game is available commercially right now. It's a tabletop game and obviously a floor game as well. A few weeks ago, I went to PAX, which is a massive gamer convention that they hold only in the US and in Melbourne, and it was awesome. I met this incredible guy called Alberto Santiago. Alberto is an artist, an oil painter, and he lives on a mountain in New South Wales. He decided to teach himself how to code so he could create this game. It took him a year and a half to put it together, and Mashable just announced it as the top game at PAX. Your life's work is a statement of who you are. Do what you love and learn to do that really well. Check it out. Go punks. We still work in an industry governed mostly by stale, pale males, and they are still offshoring everything they can and outsourcing everything else. It's easy to do that when they see us doing repeatable tasks and running on an unchanging environment year after year. After all, that is what the concept of outsourcing was built on. Take that which is standard and have someone cheaper do that. Why would they do anything else? What they cannot risk offshoring is the innovation that comes from understanding better than anyone else what your business needs and adapting to that by doing things differently. This is Freedomful by Stirfire Studios, which is a WA studio. And this is a princess who does not need saving. It's a very, very cool game, very beautifully designed. In Microsoft, I've seen a lot of people come and go, and every single one of the people that went had one thing in common. They preferred to play the game solo, single shooter. It's pretty easy to think I know what my goals are and I'm better at hunting alone. But eventually, someone else's pack is going to bring you down, because you haven't got anyone to watch your back, and we all have to sleep sometime. This is Regular Human Basketball, which is a pretty hilarious cooperative game. And it might not be someone else's pack. If you're acting as a lone wolf, in the end, the people who bring you down might very well be the people around you who had the greatest potential to be your friends, your teammates, your family. They have to protect the greater good, and if you're eating all the food and stealing all the women, eventually everyone's going to turn on you. This is a very, very cool game called Ninja Pizza Girl by Disparity Games. I was at TEDx Perth a couple of weeks ago, and before it started, there was a breakfast that encouraged everyone to talk to strangers by sitting us randomly at a table with people we didn't know and giving us some questions to ask each other. One of those questions was, if everyone had absolute freedom to do what they want, would the world be better or worse? Essentially, it's a question about whether we can be trusted to self-govern, whether we are more morally good than evil, whether in any given set of circumstances we could be trusted to do the right thing, or would we cheat? Don't be that guy. This is Screen Cheat by Samurai Punk, and it is a very, very funny, very popular game that does, well, the only way to win is by cheating. I think, rules or not, we are given that opportunity in every day that we live. In every moment, there are choices that we can decide who we are. I think by choosing to be better, by being kinder, by helping others, it's moving me forward in the world. Who do you choose to be? This is Bramble Lash, which is by Bright Sprite Games. They're also a WA studio, and it's an extremely funny, cool game where you can connect with a partner and win, or go by cooperating together, or you can betray them to win. I accidentally kept killing my partner, and I swear it wasn't intentional, and I also sometimes forgot who my partner was, but I was laughing the whole time I played it. Sometimes when we play the game of life, we get more caught up in collecting the tokens than enjoying playing the game. We get confused and we think success is about the stuff we get, cars, houses, promotions, titles. We forget that there is fun to be had right now, enjoying our lives, our families, our friends, those things that are right in front of us. Life is not like a computer game where you can play it as hard as you can, and at the end of the game you'll have all the stuff you need to sit back and enjoy. If you play it that hard and don't stop to enjoy the stuff around you right now, when you finish, you'll likely look up and see everyone else has left you. This is the Landsliders game by Pretty Great, and it is pretty great. Stop now. Look at your life and ask yourself, what is it you want your life to look like? Success is not defined by other people, and if you seek that, you will never be happy and you'll never be satisfied. You have to decide what is important to you. And when you can see that really clearly, go after that. This is Mallow Drops by Gritfish, and it's a very, very cute game. Very fun to play and all about shifting your perspective. Be disruptive and have some fun with it. Not for nothing, but look for patterns and try and find a way to shake things up. If your company is governed by a board of pale, stale males, it's going to be very hard for them to have an original idea because they all see the world in the same way and their attitudes are self-affirming. Bringing someone new, someone diverse, and someone young into the mix, and they'll probably, well, kill her or eat her alive, and things will go on as they did before. But this goes back to point 3. Life needs to be played as a co-op game. Don't send a single shooter into battle. Shake things up, but play as a team sport. Innovation comes from change. Change comes from diverse thinking, but implementation requires a team. This is Space Dust Racers, and as you can see, it is absolute mayhem. Do not play life like they play Game of Thrones, because if you do, in the end, everyone dies. Make friends, work in a team, try and build something great. Do not work to tear down others. Build something great. This is Armello, which is definitely in production and not available on Xbox, even though the people that put it together are all Xbox developers. So, maybe one day. It's not enough to do a good job at whatever you're paid to do. Look every day for the opportunity to do more. In your job, in your conversations with your family, look for the opportunity to leave your footprints on the sand of your life, but not just on your life, in the lives of others. Your opportunity for immortality lies in being remembered, and you do that by making an impact on other people. This game's called Expand by Hypernexus, and well, it will definitely expand your thinking. You never know what will be the last thing you say to someone. Do not let the things you need to say go unsaid. Be kind to one another. This is Killing Time at Light Speed by Gritfish, which is also a very clever concept game. Yeah, look it up. An excellent example, Tiger Woods. Or maybe not a great example, but in fact he is. Neither Tiger nor his father ever attributed his success to talent. From the moment he was old enough, his dad sat him in a high chair in the garage while he hit balls into a net for hours at a time. From the moment Tiger was old enough to stand and hold a club, his dad had him hit balls into a net for hours at a time. Hours for days. It was dedication, it was hard work, it was commitment that got him to the top of his field. They say no one ever walked out of the birth canal. And that's true. You can be good at stuff and you can enjoy it, but it takes dedication and hard work to become the best in your field. Find something that you really enjoy doing and you're good at, and work hard at that thing every single day until there is no one better than you. And don't lose focus. Life is a tremendous opportunity, and we can choose to play it in many ways. Single shooter, co-op, PvP. I believe the best way to play it, and the only true way to level up, is when you realise it should always be played co-op style. It's not about collecting tokens, and how you play it is as important as getting to the end of the game. Thank you, everyone.